Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Larry Howard. I'm here, the Director of Performance at DePaul University, and I am proud to announce that we are launching the official African American Performance Coaches Association podcast. For today's episode, I have the founder of this organization, Syjason Finley. Coach, how you feeling today?
Coach, I'm doing great, man. Terrific, Coach. Thank you for asking. Man, appreciate you. Appreciate Coach Corian for your vision to get this podcast started. Man, I'm excited for all the speakers that's going to come after me, man. And man, we're excited for what you guys are doing.
So, again, I remember when this organization was founded. This organization, if I'm not mistaken, was founded during COVID, during a time where we as performance coaches, specifically African-American performance coaches, needed to create a community where we could all get to know one another, support each other, and learn how to navigate this space. My first question for you, Coach, is what inspired you to establish the African American Performance Coaches Association, and what was your vision when it first began?
Yeah, so what inspired me, to be honest, man, I can't take any credit for starting it. After that call, we had about 200 plus coaches on the call, and me and Coach Trumaine Carroll, they were like the last two on there. And he didn't hang up the phone. He said, "Hey, Jason," he said, "Coach Finn," what he called me. He said, "Hey, Coach Finn," he said, "What's next?" And really not having any intentions of starting an organization or anything. So that question really stuck. He said, "What's next?" Because this cannot be it. And from there, we slowly formed the organization, and just slowly just been building and growing, and just moving forward.
What is the vision that you have, or what was your vision, and how has that evolved over the time of this organization being in place?
The vision was to connect African-American coaches together, in the field of sports performance training, and then just build those relationships to work together and to help each other out and to just connect. And as we always say, iron sharpens iron. So if we're connecting, we're building, we're growing, then we're all getting better.
Nice. I can tell you that as a person that has started relatively late in life in this profession, much of my success has been attributed to other coaches, specifically African-American coaches, who put me in touch with other coaches to give me opportunities. It's obvious that in this profession, who you know matters in terms of what opportunities are available to you, in terms of how you learn, in terms of the different things that you're able to do, both in this space, whether it be passing the CSCS or coming in and learning how to actually run a weight room floor. Can you share a story just based off of your experience with this organization as to how it came together and some of the challenges that you faced, some of the challenges that your team faced at the very beginning of this, building this particular organization?
Yeah, I will, Coach. And I think it's so important to just be around, man, just like you said, other coaches, ton of guys with some older coaches and things like that. I'll share a story just thinking back with just talking with Coach Beckton, and I'm on the phone, man, and I'm telling them, "Hey, Coach, man, we're it's tough right now. We're trying to grow, we're trying to move forward, and things like that." And he stopped me. He said, "Hey, Jason," he say, "Stop focusing on what we don't have right now, and let's focus on what we have. Let's focus on the members that we do have. Let's focus on the things that's in front of us right now." And I think just realizing that and understanding that, like that's what we've been doing, man. We just been focusing on all the people that want to be aboard, all the people that are reaching out, all the sponsors that are reaching out saying, "Hey, man, we admire what you guys are doing. We want to be a part of this." And not so much of the challenges of what we don't have, because any starting organization, you're going to have different things. You're going to navigate the social media. You're going to navigate the people. You're going to navigate funding. You're going to navigate just all of those things that you can spend your entire time thinking about. But just having a guy like him, which was a home run, and that's kind of been our motto, man. Let's focus on what's in front of us. Let's focus on like the people that want to be around us, want to be around this organization, and then let's continue to build it brick by brick.
Gotcha. Okay. I know that as a people in this country, people of color, we've had unique challenges in every profession. There have been we've had to kind of break through glass ceilings, so to speak, to get in many spaces. What do you think the unique challenges are of African-American coaches in this field? And how are we as an organization addressing those challenges for our people to be able to matriculate through the ranks and get to some of these higher positions to be able to really create impact?
Yeah, I think like in terms of just your mindset, man, I think it starts there, and then just being able to continue to build that network. Obviously, we're all a person away from, meeting or being in a room where we need to be, but it starts with the mindset. And I think the biggest thing that we took from the calls, like, hey, let's control what we can control, and let's make sure we're prepared, because if you are prepared for those opportunities, then you're more than likely to get a chance to have them. Is when you're not prepared and those opportunities come, and then now you're not ready for it. So the mindset piece is critical. You gotta. Coach Nash said all the time, you gotta vision yourself in those roles. Every day you go to work, you gotta vision yourself being the head strength coach for the Dallas Cowboys, right? It don't just happen, and then you got to carry yourself at the highest level of integrity and operation. And so I think that's where it starts at with the mindset. I think the challenges, man, people know, man, it's a lot of great coaches out here, and you're seeing now that these coaches are given this opportunity because of who they are in their work ethic.
Okay.
So to answer your question, Coach, I don't feel like the challenges, I know they're still there, but I feel like, man, now you're seeing a lot of things happen. You're seeing a lot of African-American coaches break through the ranks and get these opportunities and are leading organizations at the highest levels.
Okay. Talk to me about how it was planning your first conference and then planning the second conference, and what type of things we're learning about us, about the community in which we work with, and how we're sharpening ourselves to get better, to provide the support for that community.
So planning the first conference, man, it was actually fun. We partnered with Coach Woodfin, and man, he was just a blessing just to help navigate it. He had done it and been in the space with the Power Conference. I think the Power Conference was like in year 6 or 7, man. So just piggybacking off of him, just learning how to navigate and to plan the conference, and him just really just walking us through step by step of that conference and of those details. It really just made the flow, and it made us be able to navigate just a lot clearer. And it was a home run just having him and his help. Now, we kind of partner with Coach Artis, what they're doing over at Georgia Tech. And, man, just having a facility, having it in the city of Atlanta with one of the biggest airports in the world right there. Coaches being able to have just accessibility to get in and out, man, has been really, really good. And again, just having more coaches want to be a part of what we're doing has been awesome to have and experience. So
how do you see it transitioning in this next year? We're obviously, shameless plug, we have a conference coming up again in February in Atlanta. Please stay tuned to make sure that you are aware of all the details for that. We'd love for you to be a part and attend. So we wanted to make sure we got that out of the way. Shameless plug, the next conference. But for the next conference, how do you see us taking it to the next level? What are the things that you're planning to do to help with the community in terms of providing them what they need to continue to matriculate in this space?
Well, one thing that we do, man, once we got done, the coaches, the board members that all attended the conference, we just basically, work backwards and say, hey, what were some things that we did that was pretty good, and I think the social, man, it was amazing. If you weren't at that social, just that setup, that night, it was magical. And man, it was a very special night. So we took the social and said, man, hey, this is it. We're able to honor the coaches with 5 years plus in experience. Just give them the flowers. But we also wanted to make it even better with our audio, our video, and some of those things. So those are some of the things that we're looking forward to do this year. We're looking to live stream it. We're looking to have you guys on the podcast, man. So much more that we really want to do in terms of the 2025 year 3 conference in Atlanta.
So another question for you, and I have a couple more questions. Where do you see this conference and this organization headed? Do you see it similar to what you would see in other Black supportive organizations like NABJ, which is a National Black Journalists Association? Do you see it as NSB for engineers or Afrotech for Black people in tech? How do you see this particular space evolving when it comes to the type of people that we want at these conferences in terms of professionals and the type of support and even the reach of this organization?
Right. Well, I think for one, people realize that, hey, this is not a black and white deal, right? Like with the organization it was formed just so African American coaches could connect with each other, build those relationships, have a place too where we can go and share ideas, share thoughts, share trials, and then be able to benefit from there. So I think send those understandings of that, hey, this is who we are, right? In terms of the organization. Now, where do I see it going? Like I said, Coach Beckham, he's the one to get me in line with this. Like, hey, let's just move as slow and organically as we can. And the people that get on board, they're going to be on board. We're going to continue doing what we're doing. The big things right now that we want to do at the CSCCA, we want to be able to be a part of the breakfast. We want to be a part of having a social. We want to be able to, man, just have a good time together at that event. Our conference, we want to make the conference
Fellowship is important.
Yeah, man, it's definitely
I think
important.
It's extremely important.
The conference, we want to put on a brand, a grade A conference every single year, and we want to continue doing it better with some of the best speakers and coaches in the world. Those are two of our things, and the third thing is a scholarship. We want to continue to be able to offer scholarships to young GAs, young up and coming coaches every single year. And last year, man, we're still searching and looking for those coaches that are in this field. We know they're out there. We just have to do a better job, and I have to do a better job as one of the leaders of the organization in finding those coaches, because I think is very instrumental into making sure we're doing that every single year and we're not letting that fall through the cracks. So last year, we didn't get that scholarship out. That's totally on me. But this year, man, we got to find those young coaches, the GAs and whatnot, and be able to help pour into them and build them and uplift them every single year. We can't miss a year.
Speaking of young GAs, what advice would you give to African-American coaches entering into this space?
But I would say reach out for mentors, man, and, reach out to people that'll help you. And if this hadn't showed me anything else, it showed me that the power of networking and not being afraid to network, man. Reach out to guys, man. These guys are willing to help you. Reach out to them, man. I don't care how big a coach you may think they are, man. Reach out to them and get to know them and build a relationship with them, and it'll pay huge dividends.
Okay. Well, so Jason, I don't know if you have anything else. I can tell you that I, for one, am very thankful for this space, for us to be able to come together, for us to be able to talk, for us to be able to network, but also a space for us to be able to relate, specifically as African-American coaches, and the unique things that we deal with in this space. I think that one of the things I can say I appreciate about what the AAPCA has done is highlight representation. I've seen coaches, both male and female, come out and be able to share their stories, whether it be how many times you've taken the CSCS or whether it be how you've coached multiple different sports. I think that all of those different stories give us the ability to understand what it takes to be in this space. But I also believe it gives us a chance and other young coaches a chance to see themselves in this space. And that representation piece is extremely important. I don't know if you have anything else that you'd like to add about what the AAPCA has coming up in terms of initiatives. I know we have the conference coming up, but if there's anything else you'd like to share with the listener when it comes to what we're trying to do, I'd like to give you an opportunity to do that so that we can continue to communicate with our audience so that they know what it is that we're trying to accomplish.
Well, Coach, I just want to thank all the board members for sure, all the people, all the members, all the coaches that support what we're doing. And like we said, man, we're just moving at our own pace. We're not in a rush. We just want to grow organically as we can, one day at a time. And man, just making a difference through connecting, empowering, and just moving forward. But Coach, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate this is huge, man. The podcast, what we're doing on this level, being able to bring in so many coaches, and the AAPCA having their own podcast, man, is huge. Coach, hats off to you, man. Coach Correa, and all that you guys are doing. Appreciate you, man, and I look forward to the next one, Coach. So,
Absolutely.
thank you, and enjoy your day, Coach.
Absolutely. And to those of you who are out there, if you'd like to connect with Coach Finley, what is your contact information so people can connect?
Yeah, directly AAPCA Network S Finley at AAPCA.us. Again, that's S Finley at AAPCA.us.
Okay, awesome. Well, again, we appreciate each of you guys for listening. As I mentioned, this is the first of many podcasts that we will be having, meeting with different coaches from different spectrums to make sure that we continue to sharpen one another as people and as professionals in this space. Coach Finley, I'd like to thank you for your time today. And I thank you for making the time to explain to us how this organization came about and as we look to the future, what we can look forward to. Those of you guys who are listening, again, this is Coach Larry Howard. Some people know me as Coach Proof, and I'm here checking out. Appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.
Coach, thank you, man. Y'all enjoy your day. Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.